Viewers are warned the following film contains images of deceased persons.
She's getting exposed.
I got home from school one day and was handed a suitcase and told to pack it. I was leaving. Being homeless is actually terrifying.
They all say that.
It's not scary, it's terrifying. You don't know where your next meal is. I had to fight every day for a bed. I was told that my father had died, yet just lied to me and told me everybody in my family was dead. I became a single mum of 2 boys by the time I was 20.
Gabrielle is interviewed.
There's many times in my life that I should actually be dead or in jail, but because of the youth workers, I'm alive, and that's what led me to want to be a youth worker. When I found my father, who is Aboriginal, I found him when I was 35. That was the last photo of us taken together. Both of them are stolen generation, so it's very hard to trace your family history. My mum has advanced dementia, so I can't ask the questions that I need to ask. When I go to the soup kitchen, when I volunteer, I think in my head that I'm going to help somebody else.
Like that.
But they teach me more about myself.
Gabrielle hugs an Aboriginal elder.
I actually tried to get into TAFE to do a fitness course, and I got knocked back 3 years in a row. And I rang them one day and said, why can't I get in? And they said, because we choose people on the basis of who will succeed and who won't, and you will not succeed. So I went to somebody else, which was a College of Health and Fitness, and I explained to them, you know, I've been trying to get in, but I only have halfway through year 9. And they asked me if I was prepared to do the work, was I prepared to dedicate myself? And I said, absolutely. I got a certificate 4 in fitness, a certificate 4 in personal training, and working with children. I became a surf instructor on the Sunshine Coast. And my 2 certificates got me into the Sunshine Coast TAFE. So I ended up getting my Cert 4 in youth work.
Gabrielle walks a dog along a beach.
My late partner committed suicide in 2010, and my world just turned upside down. I ended up bankrupt, homeless again. I went to my GP, who diagnosed me. I have severe anxiety and nightmares, night terrors. I'm aware that I'm sweating, I'm aware that I'm trembling, but I can't do anything to stop it. I can be on the edge of sleep and I will fall into a nightmare that is so deep that I can't open my eyes. I can't move my body. I can have 6, 8 nightmares a night going into exams or assignments. My anxiety is like, am I good enough to be here?
Smiling, Gabrielle grips books and strides down an office corridor.
My 2 dream jobs one was to be a youth worker, the second one was to be a human rights lawyer. And I was stunned when I received an acceptance email from Charles Darwin University. I went and saw the Dean of the Law Department. He told me I was good enough. Since then, I've graduated with my associate degree of law. I'll be a qualified lawyer at the end of the year, and I want to do pro bono law, in particular working in human rights and with Indigenous people and community, and continue being an advocate for people that don't have a voice. I didn't have a voice when I was 14. Nobody listened to me. I am a very proud Palawa woman, yes. We're the oldest living culture on the face of the earth. We are strong, we are proud, we are survivors. I have a really big voice. Something that you love very much, follow it, do it. There's a reason why that fire's there. There is help out there. You just have to be brave enough to put up your hand. I have fears just like everybody else. I was out of education, like formal education, from high school to uni for over 30 years. The only barrier to going back is you.
Gabrielle studies a text, then emerges from the School of Law.
If you got this far, there's no reason why you can't go further. And I'm looking at doing my master's. It's gonna be tough, but it's gonna be worth it. I think the one thing that we discount is life education.
Text Never Give Up. Keep going until you find the right support. To find out how, visit ndco.cds.org.au. #Create Your Future. For Gabrielle, connection to culture is important to her sense of identity and belonging, but has been difficult to establish due to experiences of being removed from family. If this film or any of its content makes you feel anxious or distressed, please contact Lifeline on 13 11 14 or find an Aboriginal medical service at nutso.org.au. To find out more about support in study and work for yourself, or to find out how you can provide culturally safe and appropriate support, visit the NDCO site.